This is Peter. Peter is sometimes called a skeleton shrimp, but he would like you to know that he's not a shrimp at all. Peter is an amphipod in the order Caprellidae. Jerry, what's he doing? Well, I know he's bending, but it looks like it's not a good first impression. Up close, caprellids look a bit like a Chuck E. Cheese mechanical claw that was flushed down a toilet and sewer mated with a drawing that sent a third-grade student to the school psychologist. However, they are also kind of cute, like little peoples. Perhaps because they swim like a drunk person in a sleeping bag trying to answer the doorbell, caprellids tend to hang out near the bottom of the ocean floor. Just as a side note, they can be dicks to flatworms. They say things. Hey, you look like a Ruffles potato chip on its way to Coachella. It's not nice. They can anchor themselves with the help of 3 pairs of hold-on-for-dear-life grasping appendages. Jerry, this is the right body part, but it's not holding on to anything. Certainly not dear life. It's in the process of being much less alive. Just take the feedback, Jerry. Further up, they have 2 pairs of grabby little arm-like things called gnathopods. Together, these appendages seem like the result of a one-night stand between Groot and Mantis. That's if Mantis actually had cool arm parts, instead of looking more like a moth. And I don't even know if they could have a one-night stand. There'd be some unfortunate splinters. To feed, caprellids employ a multitude of strategies. Some species use comb-like setae on their second pair of antennae, trapping detritus and eating it like bits of soup from a mustachio that you grew on your ear. I don't know, just go with it. They can also use their little gnathopod hands, grabbing small crustaceans and algae that happen to be floating by. They're not above stealing food either. The polyps of a soft coral are like a display case of spinning wieners in a gas station. A grab-and-go snack, in this case a lobster egg. Caprellid be sneaky, polyp be sad. And just as an aside, they can be real assholes to seahorses. They say things. Hey, pipette with lips. You look like an accordion that was used in a colonoscopy and kept that shape. It's rude. Like all crustaceans, caprellids must molt as they grow, wriggling out of their old exoskeletons as one might out of a wet onesie. Females can only reproduce in the short period of time after a molt, before her outsides harden. Courtship begins by males beating the living crap out of each other. The larger of the 2 pair of gnathopods is capable of severing an opponent in 2. These are also equipped with a poison tooth, which has been shown to have pores for possible venom delivery. Males will guard a potential mate and play tappy-tap on her skin. When she is ready to molt, he will assist in splitting her exoskeleton open and removing it with his gnathopods. To understand this, imagine a commercial break bathroom stall hookup between 2 contestants on The Masked Singer. You have to crack the shell to get to the nut, so to speak. The fertilized eggs are transferred to the female's brood pouch. And soon after, this happens. On average, 40 little bebe caprellids grab onto their mother anywhere they can. Look at the mom's little eye poking out. Whatever parenting experience you've had, this is some next-level shit. What, Janet? Well, if it smells bad, don't put it in your mouth. Yes, Eunice, you're very good at gluing. No, Tyler, not better than you. Or did you tell him it's your body and you don't want to be peed on? It can be exhausting. After about a week, the mother detaches them from her body and puts them down on their new home. From here, they will grow up. Well, most of them will actually die. Fish food, mainly. But some will grow up, and the circle of life will continue. Here we will explore true facts about the octopus. Deep in the depths of the ocean lives a marvelous creature sometimes referred to as the floppy spider of the sea. But its true name comes from a Greek word meaning 8-footed because it has 8 arms. There are 2 major suborders of octopuses, the Serina and Inserina. The cirrate octopuses look a bit like an alien got freaky with a weather balloon. They have 2 little fins, a small internal shell, and lots of little cilia next to their suckers. The other suborder, which we will be looking at today, are the Inserina. No internal shell, although some do try to fake it. No fins, but 100% amazing. Many of you will know the amazing color and texture changing capabilities of the octopus. as well as its ability to fart ink at a moment's notice, evolution at its finest. However, perhaps the most remarkable feature of the octopus is its intelligence. They are the most intelligent of all of the invertebrates. Technically not tons of competition there. I mean, clams are stupid. I'm sorry I said it, but they are dumb as hell. What is amazing is that while octopuses can learn and remember complex tasks like opening child-proof jars and moving through mazes, they are using an intelligence that has evolved very differently than our own. Unlike our intelligence, which is mainly centralized in our head hole, the octopus has distributed intelligence. 3/5 of all of its neurons are located in its arms. In a way, each of its arms actually has a mind of its own, which is amazing. Unless, after a while, you found out that one of your arms was an asshole. That would suck. These arms are so capable that even when they are severed, they will continue to search for and capture food, and then try to bring that food back to a non-existent mouth hole. Some octopuses will actually remove one of their own arms when threatened and let it wriggle away to confuse the hell out of predators. Data point of 1, but it would confuse the hell out of me. Each arm of the octopus is equipped with over 250 suction cups, each one with the ability to rotate and grasp independently. Not only are they grabby, but the suction cups contain sensory receptors, which allow it to taste and smell what it touches. This is an ability I'm glad I don't have. It is widely known that the interestingness of an animal is proportional to how difficult it is to figure out where its butthole is. The octopus is therefore very interesting, because its mouth is exactly where I thought its butt should be. I'll be honest with you, I still don't really know where it is. But my search history does contain the phrase, pictures of an octopus's butt. Inside the octopus's mouth is a beak, the only hard part of the inserina body, meaning that the octopus can squeeze through any hole larger than its beak. The tentacles guide food towards the beak, where venomous saliva incapacitates prey before the horror begins. I told you, clams are stupid. When it comes to moving, the octopus has a variety of options. It can crawl, or use a water jet called a siphon, or it can do this, which is my favorite. Some scientists have argued that 2 of its arms should be characterized as legs. I wonder why. They can walk. Octopuses can even move on land quite effectively. Yes, they get a little mushy on land, but don't judge. It's like reverse shrinkage. Imagine what they think when we skinny dip. What happened to your little arm? That's what they say. Although the octopus's 8 arms may seem identical, one of the male's arms is actually a hectocotylus, which functions like a penis. Therefore, shaking hands with a male octopus is sort of like playing Russian roulette. But instead of dying, you risk your hand getting pregnant. The hectocotylus is used to transfer spermatophores to the female, either by inserting it into a hole in her mantle or by tearing it off and presenting it to the female for later use. To understand this, imagine if you were on a date and your date reached down and, well, that is how an octopus do. To the octopus, human sex looks really, really boring. Like we're just saying hello to each other. Because when they get it on, it can get crazy. When the female has fertilized her eggs, she retreats to an underwater crevice and attaches her eggs to the roof. She will stay with them, gently blowing fresh water over them, protecting them as she slowly starves to death. Basically, everything they do is hardcore. When her job is done, she is gone, but thousands of little babies emerge, floating. Just beautiful. Sort of like the ending of Charlotte's Web, except underwater. And without the farm animals, too, they would all drown. They would die. The dancing pig wouldn't last a second, really. It'd be sort of babies interspersed with these dead and rotting animals being eaten by fish. It's a different story, really. Less appropriate for children. And the duck would do okay, but one floating duck does not a children's book make.
Meet Marvin.
Marvin is a very cute leafhopper nymph in the family Psychedelidae. Marvin's a bit of a show-off. Put your tongue back in your mouth, Marvin. Mildred is also a leafhopper baby, and she's very proud of her new dress. Good posing, Mildred. We like your dress too. Here is Mildred pictured next to a ballpoint pen, so you can get a sense of how hard it was for her to write her novel. Ernesto got the fancy class photo package. But Ernesto gets a little nervous on class photo day. Don't worry, you look fantastic. Now, Demia is a plant hopper nymph, a close relative of the leafhopper but in the infraorder Fulguromorpha. You may have noticed something about her choice in accessorizing. Thank you, Demia. Yes, that's what I was talking about. Many plant hopper babies can produce wax from special glands and create sort of a full-body mullet. Business up front and party in the, butt. These waxy tails may offer protection if a chasing predator tries for a quick bite. Some tails are a bit uptight, like a Virgo, kind of a get nervous if the cup's too close to the edge type tail. Others are more drink right out of the OJ container and wear yesterday's underwear kind of tails. More Sagittarius, you know. And then there's Mildred. Mildred's her own damn sign of the zodiac. She just marches around like a tiny snuffleupagus on a high humidity day. Mildred is camouflaging herself. See, you can barely find her. Not all plant hopper babies exude wax, but they are very good jumpers. They can accelerate from 0 to 12 miles an hour in less than a millisecond. Ready? There. Plant hopper nymphs have little gears, actual gears on their thigh parts. These gears ensure that the jumping legs are synchronized during takeoff, and after they snap back, ready for the next jump. Another group of relatives of plant hoppers and leaf hoppers are tree hoppers in the family Membracidae. Here a whole herd of babies are tended to by their ant babysitters. These ants are waiting to collect little drops of honeydew, which is the prettiest name for a turd in nature. Just this morning I had a bout of chili cheese fries dew. All of these hoppers, even the babies, eat the sap of plants, which is so rich in sugars that they poop it out, often right into the mouth of a waiting ant. The ant gets food and the baby stays clean, which is important because this sugary residue can attract deadly bacteria and mold. Some nymphs have specialized anal tubes, which is fun to say. Not as fun as anal dimple, but it is still fun to say. I know you're thinking, what's so special about an anal tube? Don't I have an anal tube? Technically, yes. But can yours do this? This leafhopper nymph, for example, can extend its anal tube right out of its butt, like a 2-click nubbin on a mechanical pencil. This extension helps it deposit dew further away from its body if there are no butt-munching ants about. Sadly for the ants, this particular anus is as disappointing as an empty tube of Pringles. Just the crumbs. Leaf, tree, and plant hopper babies grow up to be some of the most fashion-forward adults in the animal kingdom. Leafhopper adults are into patterns and prints, like Emilio Pucci but with a 30-million-year head start. You name it. Something patriotic? How about a bit more subtle? How about a highlighter got into a fight with a glow stick? How about something more like I have a green and yellow crayon but only 5 seconds to color? I'm going to a black tie event and then a rave. Do you have something? Plant hopper adults are more into playing with form and accessorizing. Some keep their waxy tails. Others grow a nose-like protrusion that helps them get under bark and at the sap beneath. Oh, I'm sorry, carry on. Plant hopper adults have a high degree of specialization, often mimicking other insects as a form of defense. Like seriously, who would with that? Now, tree hopper adults have an obsession with hats that would make a milliner or haberdasher squeal. Many tree hoppers have an enlarged pronotum or first segment of their thorax, which creates kind of a helmet. One scientist proposed that this structure had evolved from a third pair of wings. And then another scientist said, oh, interesting. Too bad you're totally wrong. In that way that the best science is often a long, slow, passive-aggressive argument. With this helmet, the tree hopper can mimic thorns and wasps and ants. Even tiny helicopters or tattoos of hearts with thorns on them. Some even look like Maleficent, dressed up as an even more badass Maleficent. Here is one poking around for a vein on a leaf like a hungover nurse on blood drive day. These are truly some of the most varied and delightful creatures, and I love them. Especially this one. He's very cute. And it makes me thankful for the scientists and enthusiasts, giants compared to these tiny creatures that some call pests, hunkered down training their macro lenses on leaves. Because they're curious.
This video has been sponsored by Audible. Our viewers can now claim this Audible offer. Get one free audiobook of your choice and 30 days free trial. What is Audible? Audible is the publisher and distributor of the world's largest selection of digital audiobooks and spoken word content. Audible customers can listen anytime and anywhere to professionally narrated audiobooks across a wide range of genres, including bestsellers, new releases, sci-fi, romances, classics, and more. An Audible Trial offers a great way for you to try audiobooks. With your trial, you'll receive one free audiobook of your choice, the ability to choose from 200,000 plus titles, including bestsellers, new releases, sci-fi, romances, mysteries, classics, and more. After 30 days, if you choose not to cancel, you will receive one book each month for just £7.99 a month. The option to cancel easily, anytime, audiobooks already purchased are yours to keep, even if you cancel. Support this channel by using the link in the description that is below this video. You may use Audible totally free for the 30 days trial and cancel before it expires. Take advantage of this offer now by clicking on the link below the video now. Thank you for watching this video.